Hello, Mark Edmonds here, sad artist, and I'm with a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Mike Holdcroft. And so Mike, who are you?
You've just said it.
Perfect.
That's done.
It's Mike Holdcroft.
Hey.
Okay, and what do you do?
It's quite a question. I think ask any creative person, that's a deep question. My day job, I'd say graphic designer, freelance, but by night, creative genius? Nah, I just like drawing mainly.
I love the way you introduced yourself basically as Batman.
I'm Batman. Slash artist.
Yeah. And now, do some creative stuff.
Paint some things. What are you saying?
Right, we've already answered, that was the first two questions.
Yeah, it's cool.
Who, what?
We need to slow down, that's going to go too quick.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that before.
Jesus.
So when?
When? As in when do I do my work?
Yeah, I think you already answered
I
that.
kind of answered it, yeah, but it's a bit of a difficult one in a way that I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be when I wake up too late and I panic and I've got to get deadlines done.
Because you're very much a night owl, aren't you?
Yeah, my usual sleeping pattern is wake up at about 11 AM, go to sleep at about 3 AM. Try and get 8.5 hours in, but it depends. But I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very good at working to other people's deadlines, which can be difficult when you're working on, say, like a branding project or something and they need it by a certain time. But it always gets done. I'm still very much down to the wire type person, but I think that's just where I'm built.
Yeah, you just like a good deadline.
Yeah, I'm probably not as good when I self-imposed deadlines, because then I can just push them back. I haven't got to worry so much. It's pros and cons to everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But usually most of my work gets done at about 11 at night till 3 in the morning. That's really how I get into the zone, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, night time's my friend.
Yeah. And so basically what you do graphic design wise, that helps fund your other creative activities, right?
Yes, that's my bread and butter. I'm quite, I'd say, quite good at branding and getting people's story across and getting them to figure all that sort of stuff out. But yeah, my passion really is drawing.
Yeah.
I want to get to the point where I don't really need to do graphics jobs unless I want to. Like if it's just someone that needs help with a project, and I can help. I don't have to do it for money, so to speak. I'm not very good at doing things for money, to be fair. If there's a client and we just aren't going to work relationship wise, I'd rather just say no, even if it's a super high paid job. I kind of want things to be a portfolio piece.
Yeah.
Which isn't always the best way of going at it, because sometimes I've turned down jobs that I could have done with the cash maybe, but again, I'm not really built to do things I don't want to do, which you could say is a massive con and a massive benefit in its own right. Depends if I'm hungry. Like sometimes you go, I could just do it, I need some food.
Yeah, because that brings me on to a very controversial subject, which is prevalent in modern day society. Because something you and I both share, the proverbial taboo. We live with our parents.
It is true, and a lot of my friends are actually teachers or have got proper jobs, so to speak. But a lot of them, whether they don't want to admit it, they're not happy, because they're just doing that whole thing. If you ever watch Fight Club, where they do that, he's on about you go to work all day.
The things that you own end up owning you.
Yeah, you go to work all day to pay for the car, to get to work, to pay for the house you're never in. And I kind of think, yeah, I still live at home, but I'm at the studio most times till 3 in the morning. I only go home to sleep.
Yeah.
Plus, I'll be honest, like
we have great parents.
I get on really well. For me, I kind of think they're like my housemates.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because when I moved out, because I've not lived at home my whole life.
Yeah. Not the same as me, but I do now. But
yeah. Well, when I moved out, I just don't want living on my own. I hate it. Can't stand it.
Same with me as well. Like I think if I got the smallest box room ever, probably in a shared house, it'd cost me like £70 a week maybe. I'd never be there. I'd go there to sleep, and that's no different than being at home. So why would I want to go and potentially share a house with people I don't like? I don't like people in my space anyway.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it makes no sense. I think it's just people who do the normal 9 to 5 thing, which if it suits them, fine. They then think, oh, you're not doing very well in life because you haven't got the things you're supposed to have, because you're supposed to go to high school, then to college, then to university, then get a house, then get a car, and have kids, then die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, if I was going out with someone, like a relationship or something that was very, you need your own space all the time, then fair enough, but I don't have that.
No.
So, I'm a lonely artist.
Well,
I'm not that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think that's that is it's a concern for people in this day and age.
But a lot of we live in a day and age as well where it's hard to make money, and if you just, especially with art, if you're just bastardising it to make money, to just pay for things you don't necessarily need,
you lose yourself.
Yeah. Like,
so you may as well just get a job in that case.
Yeah. Well, it's
I mean, you can. I mean, even for like Fred.
Yeah.
Even he's just working night and day on a commission at the moment.
Yeah.
To pay the bills.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily what he wants to do, but
it's pros and cons, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like there is downsides. Like I maybe don't have to work on jobs that I might not want to do, and I've got that luxury that I can be like, I could always say to my parents, I won't be able to pay my rent this month. I've never done this, but I could do it. I know I could. I could probably push it where I didn't pay any rent.
Yeah.
But morally, I wouldn't do that, because I think if I did that, I would. I guess. Can we swear?
Yeah.
I'd take the piss. Like it's easy to be lazy.
Because piss is swearing.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
but yeah,
I must move you on because we've only got a few minutes left.
Sweet.
So, why?
I think why is a very difficult question, whatever you do. Some days I sit in my studio and think, what the fuck am I doing? Like, should I be that kind of person we've just talked about, of having X, Y, and Z? For me, the why is, it's always in flux. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the main thing for me is being the master of my own time, I think.
Yeah.
I can make my own decisions. I don't like the idea of working for someone. I always think work with someone. Especially if it's a project where they're employing you, say, and they need you to be honest, really, because honesty is a difficult one. I think a lot of time people think they're honest, even about their why. I do this because this, and this. No, do you really do it because of those things, or are you doing it because, again, you think it's the correct thing to do?
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you can go into the. I mean, just recently I've been into the whole sort of, the spiritual, as we say, and a lot of the things that I thought I was doing for the right reasons, I was doing for the wrong reasons, i.e., ego.
Yeah.
I want to prove something to somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the thing is as well, when you're from a young age, when you're a creative, you're constantly told, especially in school and stuff, that there's no money in that. You'll never make a career out of it. People trying to, and they're not doing it to be nasty.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're doing it out of ego themselves because they kind of wish they were doing it or could do it, but they can't. And sometimes they're doing it because they think they're helping you. But actually what happens is you get smashed down and you get smashed down and you get smashed down. And then your whole life is then, after that, I'm going to prove all these people wrong. But that's the wrong reason to do it. Yeah. You're actually doing it because there's a little ball of light or something inside you that's you. That's who you are.
It just sparks you off. The whole thing about creativity is to make something, which can, as a creative person, that's why I think a lot of like depression and stuff comes with being creative, is because even though it's a great thing to be able to create something out of nothing, that also means you can create something out of nothing, as in everything's going fine, so I'll destroy it, I'll rebuild it, but then you just get into an everything of I make mountains out of molehills, or I'll mess it up. I've been there, done that loads of times, like where I've just been like, this is going great. It can't be right then, and you've got to find that balance. Like, I think people think balance is that, but that's not balance. That's not balance. Is that So sometimes it goes, oh look, you know.
Yeah. Throws you off the seesaw, as it were.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
So you can just reset yourself.
Oh, believe me, I've just been thrown off the seesaw big time.
I got thrown off seesaw a few years ago. Like, as you know, like one of my projects called Panic, and it all came about basically because I had a huge mental breakdown. And I'm happy to talk about it because the main reason it happened was because I didn't talk about my feelings and I do that when I say feelings because
it's still not okay to talk about feelings.
But I think that just saying the word feelings justifies it in a way like you put in a box. But it's all feelings means is it's you dealing with aspects of your life, or not dealing with them, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, and I think particularly with men now, we don't have a decent way of getting our emotions out because society constantly tells you you're not allowed to be emotional, you're not allowed to show those emotions.
It's supposed to be a sign of weakness to show emotion. It's bullshit. The weakness really is not. Showing that.
Because the thing is, because when you hide stuff and you repress stuff, people can attack you. They can say something to you, and then your ego rears up because it's all those repressed emotions that you've got in there. Whereas when you're just like, well, you know what, bad things have happened to me in my life, and I've done some bad things, and those all impact on you, and it's all hurt.
Yeah. But sometimes those bad things aren't necessarily as bad as you think. It's just because you put them in a box and go, scary box.
Yeah.
It's like an irrational fear. It's like people are scared of spiders. I'm terrified of spiders, but I know it's irrational. But I've put that thought of spiders in a box and now I'm just scared of them. There's no real reason. So you go, I got hurt. I made a mistake, and now if I make a mistake, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And I think that's in school. You get taught that it's either right or wrong, and life's not like that.
No.
You've got to make mistakes. Most famous artworks, probably, or inventions even, were created through mistake.
Yeah.
It's just play. Embrace play. Like, sometimes you don't need an excuse to get a spray can and just draw something on a wall.
No.
Like, worked for Banksy, didn't it?
Yeah. Well,
he's just behind the camera. Oh, you can't see him. So.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Banksy.
Oh wow.
Oh well. Right. Well, we'll call that. We'll wrap that up there.
Sound cool.
So it's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you.
And I hope that's provided some insight and help to you viewers at home. And I look forward to seeing you again on the show.
Sweet.